We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts. Have you heard of this brand new thing coming out of California? I believe they are called moving pictures. Here are the ones you should be looking out for.
And we are back, and it is that time where we start talking movies and all things cinema. And starting us off this week, we have gotten more pictures from The Amazing Spider-Man. We've seen two now. We've got the one where Peter Parker is just standing in an alley kind of by himself in regular street clothes.
With a Ramones shirt.
With a Ramones shirt.
Gotta note that.
Yep. And then we have the one where Gwen Stacy is attending a funeral. So
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I saw the one where she was in class and had like the stack of textbooks that said like science and math on it. Like,
yep. No, this one is she is dressed all in black, has an umbrella over her. Yeah, and
Uncle Ben.
That's what I'm guessing.
I still don't know about this because my concerns.
It's a reboot.
I know, but why couldn't you bring back JJJ from the first group? He was dead on.
Because there's no way you can get that man again because I'll never see him as JJ anymore. I'll always see him as the owner of Aperture Science every time and telling us that Mantis Men are coming and we have a test to perform.
No, because it's better. Because you just imagine it's JJJ owning Aperture Science and everything's better.
Who's doing farmer insurance commercials?
Yeah. He's running the Daily Bugle, and on his side time, he's fucking blackballing Black Mesa as best he can.
But there was a post on Reddit the other day that was about the Emma Stone playing Gwen Stacy.
Yep.
And I'm still concerned about it just because I don't think they've got the character there. Or they're gonna portray it the right way, I wanna say. But
they're portraying the right Gwen Stacy though, aren't they? The original?
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know, because like she was always like I don't want to say like ditzy, but she was like the pretty one, the looks.
She was the supermodel kind of.
Yeah, and I feel like they're not doing that. It's like they're doing Mary Jane but blonde is what I feel like they're kind of doing.
Because this is the original Gwen she was the scientist when she was in school, kind of.
Was she a scientist?
I believe she was smart, and I thought that it was because I'm trying to remember if it's backwards. Because one point she got cloned.
Yeah.
Because I believe she was super sciencey, and then the one guy who liked her cloned her because he wanted her, and he made her kind of an assistant, but then she ends up leaving somehow, and that's the one that becomes the supermodel kind of one, and that's how
Spider-Man 2,
and that's how the series kind of just everyone kind of forgot about Super Science one, and they kind of raised up
the looks one.
So
maybe they've got it. I don't know. Everyone's just like Emma Stone. I like it.
Well, she's funny.
Yeah,
her acting is not bad. I've seen quite a few movies with her in it, and it's one of the few reasons I went to go see the movies.
She's fine.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Did you?
Speaking of fine acting, Spider-Man the Party has been nominated.
Fine acting.
I was wondering which one of us is going to get that.
Has been nominated for 16 AVN awards.
Who? Remember that journalistic integrity thing we had?
Hey, it's a legitimate story.
The one in all of our
porn is never a legitimate story.
Yes, it has. It rules all that we do as nerds and gamers.
Only time
these are stories that I'm pulling off of major spoilers. So there.
Oh, well, that's that's a place to get journalistic integrity. What the fuck? Oh. I'm just going to throw it on this. Has anyone even watched any of these?
What? I can't find them.
I watched the trailer for the Iron Man one.
So did I.
I'm the only one that's watched every one of these, actually.
I've actually seen the trailer to the Spider-Man one.
I've seen the Spider-Man one.
I've heard it's
seen
funny.
The Iron Man one. I've seen the Hulk one. I have not seen the Captain America one.
Okay.
Wait, so there's...
Why are we even reporting this on no one's gonna see it except me?
I've seen the Iron Man one.
Are they funny? Are they actually funny? Or
Like I said, most of them are just god-awful in the fact that it's just porn in them. But the Iron Man one took it to that next level. What the hell? This has actually got some production behind it.
Ever since the Pirates movie.
Ever since that one, it's been going up.
Yep.
I just know this is not safe for work, so if you're playing this out loud, you might want to turn it down for the next.
Or turn it up more because you clearly need to be telling the rest of the world this.
I know there was a GIF I saw online for someone's the like user picture was from the porn parody of Spider-Man when from the first movie when he comes down to kiss Mary Jane and he just keeps going
and it's his dick.
Nice.
Laughed so hard when I saw that. I was like, yes.
Oh, Peter Parker knew what he was doing.
The way Spider-Man should have been written.
Let's see. We got our first look at the new poster for the Avengers. Everybody in action pose, in full costume.
Yeah,
And-
I saw it at the
FYE.
yeah.
And it's still set for May 4th, 2012. And
The
now,
only shot they could get.
and now in 3D.
Still doing that?
Well,
As
Ghost
Slade
Rider...
just said millions of times every time I play that game. What is this? Just some ancient redundant technology.
Ghost Rider is in 3D.
Yep.
Everything's in
yeah,
fucking
but
3D.
what else does Ghost Rider have going for it? Not Nicolas Cage.
I'm glad this is twisting it so much more. Maybe they'll replace him with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my god, give me the next villain.
Oh, I hope he's the next villain.
I hope it was just Inception the whole time.
Secretly, he's been sleeping all this time.
Yes.
No,
And
you
the
know,
writer must get hit in order to wake up from this delirium.
because he loves the Expendables so much, they should have just put like a little snippet of Leonardo in there.
Oh god, why is he not in that movie? They've got everyone else.
Has anyone else seen Blood Diamonds? Great. Andrew?
Moving on.
This is relevant. He's an actor.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
A fine actor.
Very.
let's see. Thor 2 finally has a director again.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that...
Alan Taylor, the guy who does Game of Thrones, and it is still slated for November 15th, 2013.
was always wondered why... did the last one just drop off because, or...
She got
Creative
fucked.
differences.
Nah,
Did she,
that
like,
kind
technically
of thing.
just get fired?
Creative differences.
So fired?
That's how we do that. Exactly, the same way that, what's his name, had issues with playing Hulk.
Megan
It
Fox.
was
Creative differences.
Megan Fox.
Transformers.
I said Hulk, Transformers, dude.
No, I know.
Oh, well, yeah, they kind of look alike.
That's just like now Natalie Portman is having creative differences with the movie because the original director left.
Yeah. Which movie?
Thor 2.
Thor 2.
With Natalie Portman?
Yeah, because
Okay. I
supposedly
still
she only
haven't seen
came
Thor
on the project because
Because
of her.
Okay.
And now that she's gone, she's like, I don't want anything to do with the project anymore, and they won't let her out of it.
Ugh. She's on a contract, bitch.
Yep.
You want to get out, you got to pay up.
Or
Yep. So
I don't know, does Hollywood still have that standard? I don't know, Moreau's still rolling around with that?
let's see.
She has a couple lightsabers.
Let's-
Are we really going to do that?
I'm kind of glad I didn't hear that.
It was the pills. Not the hanging noose.
Let's see. Seth Rogen is developing The B Team, which is basically James Bond is kidnapped and Harold and Kumar are left to go and find him.
Which is funny because I just thought that this was,
Kumar's Christmas.
I was trying to remember the guys from Get Smart.
Yes, those two. It was
Yes.
it was that side show. It was just going to be that movie, basically.
I
You ever
haven't
watch
seen Get Smart. I
Get
saw the
the new one?
old TV show, but not
Good
the new
boy.
movie. I know.
He does some things right.
Yeah.
You're like Steven Spielberg in some ways.
I've seen Old Starsky and Hutch. Does that count?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm winning.
Don't worry. You're going to say something that's going to make me really pissed later.
Yeah.
And we'll be in a confined space so you won't be able to get away.
I'll make
let's
sure
see.
your door's unlocked, his isn't.
Okay, good.
Let's see.
Good
Also,
luck trying to jump out at 90 miles.
Star Trek 2 now has Sherlock Holmes on board.
Wait.
Wait.
Not as excited. Keep going.
Wait.
Keep going.
Did you just say StarCraft 2?
I said Star Trek.
Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Sherlock Holmes on the new BBC program, is signed on to be the villain,
Did they
who is
say which-
still yet to be
Okay.
unnamed. Also joining the cast is Noel Clark, who we know from Doctor Who.
Yay! I'm so happy.
And the movie's still in production.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh,
That was going to be the
It's
next
as
story.
much in production as
You didn't get
a
that
later
memo?
story.
You didn't get that memo?
It's not.
It's
sure?
not.
Don't
Yeah.
do this to me. Don't
sure?
do this. Don't do this.
Sure.
Bro, let's see it. Let's see it.
Because I got an email
So it did not happen.
I heard it
from David Tennant today.
He's done. He moved on.
Yeah, but the movie doesn't have to be
Matt
in that same
Smith.
space. We know that.
Matt
No,
Smith decided to come back for one more round.
If you need any ideas,
Stop talking. Don't ruin it.
That's what you get when you diss the cage.
this has nothing to
Here's
do with
this-
retaliation. The cage
Nothing.
does it all to himself.
So, and then you've got the last two stories.
Yes, I do. Where are they? Well,
preparedness.
I'm excited because, at least for me, who misheard it, I guess because of the controversy this has pulled up, it originally was a rumor, but has been confirmed. Bane's audio has been remixed to make him sound clear.
Okay. Apparently people couldn't hear him. I don't know. I will have to take a poll if anyone on YouTube wants to. Okay. It was playing during the trailer. Did you at least hear what he said? I mean,
Saw the IMAX, and I heard him just fine.
I got the gist of what he was saying. I think I found the text later of what he
We
ended up
watched
saying.
it on YouTube when it first came out.
we heard him just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can hear him just fine in the trailer.
Apparently, it's been enough controversy though because there's a Twitter account called Mumbling Bane where it's complete randomness.
If it makes a Twitter account, clearly there's enough controversy.
But Conan O'Brien just made fun of it too and had a Mumbling Bane parody.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Oh, that's the same. That's like saying that it's importance, just like Young Justice was, because Stephen Colbert put himself in there. So yeah, that's just as enough as important.
Yeah.
what else? Something you'd be excited for.
Well, I'm excited for a lot of things.
Phoenix Wright movie. Official release date in Japan, February 11th.
Proceed.
Objection!
All the characters look like all the characters.
Dead
Even
on.
the hair.
Wait, what?
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Go grab a DS and play it.
No.
I don't care. Gunner, you've got the DS. Please pass it out to everybody.
No, I
and give them a copy of the game.
I've seen the game. Yeah.
So we can all play and share in the magic that is this game.
I just really hope they'll have like one of those like Scott Pilgrim scenes when he does the objection where he'll be pulled out of the scene with the colorful background. And go,
Objection! Yes, I'm only hoping that they go that far. If you, I don't know if it's still up. You need to go find the someone made a YouTube animated clip. It's all of the characters from Phoenix Wright, but it's with different audio. But then it's all the comical things that they're doing, like where he's just making fun of them. You can like throw boots at them, and it's just that someone played it at Detour last year, and it was freaking hilarious.
Speaking of anime movie related news.
Lose.
One of these is a losing
It's a
story,
lose news.
or is it a winning story? Well, first off, Rurouni Kenshin is being made into a live action movie. If you did not know, I don't know if that's
Is this retribution for the fucking Doctor Who thing? Because it's not funny.
I hope it hurts, you son of a bitch.
That's it. I'm fucking making sure this movie comes to fruition now, you bastard.
No, seriously, check it. Rurouni Kenshin live action movie is happening.
If you're not against this, I'm making sure Doctor Who will come.
I
don't care if I have to call my friends and shoot this movie
I'm
myself.
pleading the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth. So yes, there have been shots. It's being filmed.
Is it in Japan?
Yes, and
Fine, then.
Asian actors.
Then
Asian
I'm
actors.
fine.
Okay, it's not Americanized. Don't worry.
Then I'm fine with this.
We're good for now.
No, we got The Last Samurai. That's basically it. Can't do it again.
And a good story for everyone else. If you were excited to see Kaneda, the bartender, Warner Brothers has officially shut down production on the American Akira movie.
Yes, they figured out finally that their animated films don't work in the real world.
And if they do, you can't not cast Asian actors in it. And you can't just change the story because you want to.
No, because then it's not Akira. It's not the movie. You might as well call it something else. I don't know. How about 2012?
They did it to G.I. Joe.
It basically looks...
But it basically was the same thing. They kept the same characters.
The only thing that was related to the first G.I. Joe movie was that the characters had their names. That was it.
Or that giant
and the fact that it was them fighting some kind of militaristic thing for America.
This
so
movie
the same plot
was as related to the anime as that trailer you showed us is related to the Battleship Boulder.
That's how much that this movie would have been relatable.
Okay. No, I'm not denying.
Exactly.
We've talked about this in length already, so.
So, good things have come. I shouldn't say captain. Mr. Sulu has won for all of us, and we should give him thanks. Thank you.
Jawohl.
Did he play Harold too? Who played Sulu in the new movies? Wasn't it Harold or Kumar?
No, it was neither.
Yeah,
of them.
It was one of them.
It was,
it
was the guy that played Harold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
many
think of
wins right here.
Yeah.
This is just good. Good news.
Enough of Asia turned against them. They figured this wasn't a good idea.
Oh.
Arigato-sama.
Thank
you, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
So. Movies!
Closed. All the movie news for this week. Well, I should say for the last 3 weeks, so.
That's a wrap.
Wait. Literally.
Only on movies, though.
Yeah.
Only on movies.
Yeah.
So if you
Coming
thought
up
you
next.
could click this window closed, guess again, mother.
We still got a long way to go. We still got comic news for the week. And, of course, we have our review for Star Wars The Old Republic. So, stay with us, as we will be right back.
Look over there. Riding into town to save the day once again. It's time to round up your pulls and ride to the comic store. Here is your Extreme Hard Corners Weekly Comics Report.
And we are back, and it is that time.
Why are you guys talking about sexual stuff?
We talk nothing but comics.
Because
we talk everything comics. And of course, this is that time of the day where I turn it over to our resident comic nerd himself, Gunner Sipper, as he brings us all the news from pages and panels and tells us what is new in the world of comics for the last 3 weeks.
First off,
Yes, you can.
boom!
Another one for today.
And it's relevant because Boom Studios has a new monthly series. They are starting a new series of Peanuts by Schultz. I'm blanking on his first name. Charles Schultz. It's their kids' imprint, Kaboom Publishers. Kaboom. And
Headshot.
yeah, it's gonna have multiple artists cycling through. It's gonna have a couple stories in each issue. So
Okay, so more new Peanuts finally.
yeah.
Yay!
It took a while. I'm guessing the family
like
has
the food
death grip
Peanuts?
rights on that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, since the fact he did it until the day he died. So,
I don't know.
Did Jim Davis die? The Garfield creator?
I don't think so.
I don't think no.
What the what? No more Garfield.
It just shows you that nerds in that kind of manner tend to live very long.
If you look into some of these like Sunday comics, they're not as fun as they really seem. Like
The only one that's going right now as far as the Sunday comics that's actually worth its weight is Pearls Before Swine.
I do like that one.
I
But,
only read Garfield.
I miss
some
Calvin
fun
and
things you
Hobbes.
can do with Garfield. Look
Garfield
for
isn't as funny unless you go and get
Garfield without Garfield.
without Garfield.
Yeah.
Then it's fucking
Super
hilarious.
depressing stuff and also really funny, but it's every Garfield comic with Garfield and his dialogue taken out of it. So it's just, I think his name isn't
John.
John, yeah. It's just John talking to himself. Or to Odie. And it's just, it changes your entire outlook on Garfield.
It's exactly what you would think John would be like. Depressing and sad with no female character and just him talking to empty space.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you would picture John like.
Another
Kinda
good
reminds
thing.
me of me.
is
Exactly.
there's another one where it's Peanuts in 3 panels because all of the Peanuts Sunday strips were 4 panels long. The first 2 are building up to it. The third is always super sad and depressing, and the fourth one's always the punchline. Read it without the punchline, and it's just depressing stuff. Especially if you go to his early stuff that he worked on, super depressing because he was depressed. He had depression at that time, and it was just dark stuff.
It just shows you how all of our cartoons are originally based. If you look at any cartoon, not even just comic strips, but even animated.
Oh yeah.
Even Mickey. All of them are very, very dark and depressing. Like at one point, Mickey wanting to commit suicide. It's really creepy. It's that how they formatted. If you take out one thing from the end, everything else is just really wrong. You're like, wow. No wonder I kind of want to cut everything in the world with a razor blade. You figure that's what you had to grow up on constantly? Yeah, it makes your outlook really different.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah, and Calvin and Hobbes is the only one that didn't. Everything in there is pretty much...
That's...
Calvin and Hobbes gets pretty deep.
No, because he didn't try to hide it. All his
yeah.
existentialism is out in the open. That's what made it so funny, because it's a kid and basically supposed to be an imaginary friend.
I saw one strip of Calvin and Hobbes where it was Calvin if he would have taken his ADHD medicine, and he's like sitting there like writing a thing, and Hobbes comes up and he's like, "Hey, let's go play." No, I'm working. And then he just slowly fades away.
Oh.
And I know there were so many comments about how their children were just crushed right there. And just think of it that way. Take out Hobbes in all of the Calvin and Hobbes, and you've got that same thing.
It's the most depressing thing you can think of. It's because of that other character that makes everything the way it is.
Oh yeah.
So creepy.
Yeah. Some old school comic news there for you, but yeah, this is good news.
Oh yeah.
I'd only hope a few people just all their worldviews just shattered.
I had a lot of Garfield books.
I'm sorry if we just killed everyone's childhood.
Everyone's childhood.
Wait, there's still Family Circus. Oh shit, that's right.
Nope.
Well, on this rocking good news story, Batman Death by Design, a new trade paperback coming out. What's even better, it has nothing to do with the new 52.
Even better.
So, when in doubt, just go to trade.
Well, let's see, Batman Noel had nothing to do with
the new 52.
They finally released the Batman Leviton from Batman Incorporated.
Batman Incorporated, which has nothing in close relevant to do with the new 52.
Yeah, but they finally wrapped up the Batman Inc. from pre-52. Yeah. Now it's going new 52 after this.
I know I saw...
Did you read the end of that?
Not yet. I have to get to the comic.
Someone tried to explain the new 52 of Batwoman.
Oh, okay.
Are you reading Batwoman?
I'm waiting for Batwoman in trade.
Okay.
But
you are? I heard it's confusing if you start at the 52.
No.
That's what I was told.
No, if you start at 52, you totally can still get it. It's just because I'm guessing if you didn't read like Allegory beforehand, I'm guessing maybe.
You might not get a couple things, but
maybe like the fact that she's a lesbian, you probably won't get that. Maybe I'm guessing, but nothing in her, and maybe a little bit of her backstory.
Of the references with Alice.
Yeah, Alice and with her sister, and maybe a little bit of the backstory. But they explain all of why she's like that right in there. So the only thing in the 52 that I know of that can get confusing is like Static Shock. If you know nothing of that, you are horrifically confused.
What about the cartoon?
No, because even then that's where all my reference comes from.
Yeah,
that's where my reference comes from.
Okay,
but all of that is not at all cohesion.
Yeah, because
like his mom is alive.
Alive, yeah, and that totally threw me off when I saw.
He has two sisters, which they haven't yet to explain.
I thought he only had one older sister.
No, his sister has been cloned. They haven't explained that.
What?
Yeah, so he has two sisters. They haven't explained, and something happened to why he left Dakota. We don't know why that was. Gear is not in there. His friend.
I'm blanking.
His friend Gear is his sidekick.
The nerdy one, right?
He's the nerdy blonde-headed kid who he becomes Gear later on.
Okay,
but he's not in there.
I know there is Static Shock comics.
Yeah,
like some really good trades out there of like his sagas.
Yeah, they're sagas of the old time, but that's the thing. I'm guessing some of that has to do in that, and they don't make any light of that. So You literally start off and you're blanked completely. You have no idea where you're going. But the comic runs as if you totally know this. And I'm like...
I think they missed the demographic here of if you're going to make a TV show and that's what everybody's probably going to go off of.
You probably want to do...
Should have probably fixed a few of those things. Or at least
but this is supposed to, but the whole point of the reboot was to make everything so everyone had a jumping on point,
and that's
so it wasn't confusing.
And there have been at least 2 comics that have not done that. Green Lantern is one, and Static
Batman.
Shock is the
Oh,
other.
Batman too. Batman, a lot of his continuity is still there.
A lot of it, but it's still, you can still jump on and you'll be okay.
But that's kind of the thing.
But like this one, you can't.
Because a lot of these, like Superman is doing origin, but Batwoman, it's like she dreamt everything that happened before the New 52, right? Because wasn't it she like?
Oh no, she lived it.
So that did happen. Like I know
the
in like the
sister
first
and all of that still happened.
Yeah, like the first issue they talk about what happens in the Killing Joke, but.
That's Batgirl. That's Barbara.
That's Barbara.
I'm getting mixed up. That one.
Okay, I was gonna say you're on a totally different woman. Yeah, Batwoman is Katie Kane.
Okay.
And Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. She's the one that had the Killing Joke and all that. No, that all still happened because they still reference her in the wheelchair and getting shot.
Yep.
The only thing is we don't know if Oracle happened, which between the timelines didn't, unless she didn't go to college. Or she's
going to college right now.
Yeah, but during the time that the Killing Joke happened, she was in college.
Yeah.
And all of Oracle time, she was out of college.
Yep.
So all of that's kind of messed up.
But so I know in the first issue they had like she's like dreaming about what happened.
She's dreaming about
So she did get shot.
She did get shot still.
Okay.
All of that still happened.
But she didn't get paralyzed.
She did get paralyzed.
Well,
she was in a wheelchair.
But
we don't know how.
What
we
the
don't know how she
was.
fixed it.
Yeah, because there's even in the new Nightwing, there's a mention of Barbara shows up and Dick's talking to her and he's like, "Are you sure you should be doing this? You know, maybe you're not ready to be Batgirl
Is
just
that in Nightwing?
yet." Yeah, that's in Nightwing.
I don't remember that one in Nightwing. I remember him showing up in Batgirl.
Okay.
As Nightwing. He was Nightwing. He shows up in Batgirl.
Well, it might have been the other way around.
This is the same thing as, he shows up.
And Barbara just gets pissed at him.
And she totally kicks his ass.
This is why you can't just expect to start over continuity
to work.
And just, like, not let things go at the same time.
This is what happens when you decide to let certain things go and not others. You don't explain what's no longer there. So everyone's trying to play catch up with what is real and what's not to let go. So we're kind of in that,
Final crisis.
All
crisis.
All crisis. So this is fucked with all of that. Thank you, whatever his name is again.
Thank you, Dan Dito.
Wait, so did Blackest Night just not happen?
Blackest Night did happen.
Blackest Night did happen. Green
Lanterns
on
top.
All the crises. So like Crisis on Infinite Earths, Crisis, Identity Crisis,
all
Infinite
of those
Crisis,
didn't happen.
None of those happened.
Crisis.
None of those happened.
So Bruce Wayne dying never happened. But the return of Bruce Wayne and his trip through time still happened.
Yeah, which is one of the things I'm trying to figure out how that happened.
So was the relaunch of Green Lantern, the New 52, wasn't that an origin story?
No. It was
Jordan
Sinestro regaining
his
the
powers.
Lantern Ring, and the first issue was him basically going, "I don't want to be a Green Lantern, but the ring chose you for a reason. I don't care. Get this thing off of me. I have my own core." Yeah, you have to go fight them now because you're a Green Lantern.
He's denounced his core.
Okay.
He totally denounced his core by issue 2.
Okay. Wow. So that was the whole first issue.
This took no origin story. It started straight after Darkest Night and
Brightest
Day.
Because Jeff Johns didn't want to erase anything
from Darkest Night and
I'm gonna say DC fucked up here.
There's some parts.
They didn't fuck up everybody. Some things are really weird because some things totally got the action
that's just like Superman.
And some things didn't.
Both Mom and Pa Kent are dead.
Yeah, so now we get Enraged.
Yeah.
Whole origin story right there. We get Enraged Superman now with that.
Yeah.
But see, this is that
and,
thing
and they died even before he came to Metropolis. That's why he's a little edgier and a little more emotional.
What I was gonna say is this is back when we originally had that New 52 conversation.
Yep.
You know, I think it was after the Justice League came out, or it was after all the number ones came out.
Yeah.
We thought, what are your thoughts on this? And I said, they should have done less. It shouldn't have been 52. It should have been like 10. And I think this is one of those moments because Superman, they're dead. Action Comics, they're still alive, aren't
And
they?
that's
Action Comics 5 is right at his origin story right now, coming.
Yeah, it's him before Superman.
Yep.
So what's Action Comics gonna do?
Action Comics could explain why they're dead.
But I mean,
It could.
Action Comics isn't it going to get to that point where it catches up to where Superman?
Yeah,
Eventually,
once the origin story is done, which I think it was supposed to be like a 7 or 8 issue run.
Maybe.
Once it hits that, Action Comics comes back to present day.
Yeah.
See,
right now they're 5
But
or
then
10 years in the past.
5 years.
5 years in the past.
Same thing with Detective.
But then, what's the point of having your 2 Superman stories? I mean,
So you're getting your
2 Superman
you're getting your concurrent or regular Superman story over here, but the first issues is just to set the backstory and show you what has changed, what hasn't changed.
That's why I think what they should have done is with the new 52, they should have done Action Comics, done your 8 issues, and then Superman #1 is Action Comics #9 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's what it should have happened. And then you have your 1 Batman, your 1 Green Lantern, and not do what Jeff Jones wants, because he's just fucking everything up on his own now.
Because not everybody gets to have multiple different conceptions as well as other people. Batwoman, Batgirl all get 1 conception. Teen Titans, Superboy all get 1 conception. The bigger titles, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, they all get multiple conceptions because sometimes there are multiple different versions. Out of all the people, Batman's got the biggest fuck-ups right now because all of his conceptions tie into one another in such a way that, he's had to have time with each one of them, and there's only supposed to be a 5-year gap between when he starts and now, and it's like, that means he ran through all of these people in almost a year's time, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Superman can take care of that because he's only got 3 sidekicks, Superboy, Supergirl, and Krypto.
Yep.
That's all you got. I'm not even going to include the Man of Steel or any of his duplicates. He's only got 3 sidekicks. Batman's got a little bit more, not even concluding Batwing, Man of Bats, and all the guys that dupe him in different countries.
But that's why I'm saying, why not? Why do a restart and not restart? Because they made such a big deal. We're starting everything over. They're taking now they're just nitpicking which continuity to pick. If you wanted to restart,
they should have
cut
a line and just made it fresh.
Yes, and now and that's the thing with one of the stories. We now know who the girl in purple is.
Yep.
She's been officially named Pandora.
Yep.
And
but we still don't know why she's
no longer the Flashpoint chick.
Unless she is coming in and totally going to mindfuck everybody to the point where all of this makes sense.
Now that they've given her a name and what that basically that name is, that's where now all the nerds are running in the new idea. And that's especially on my thing. The same thing. She might be, which me and you can kind of.
She's the escape clause.
Well, not even the escape clause. I'm not even going with that. She's in that same idea. She's basically kind of the new Donna Troy. If you know that with Wonder Girl.
Yep.
She, out of the original, she's the only one. That remembers everything that switched. She remembers everything before Identity Crisis, everything before Infinite Crisis, before Final Crisis. She's the only one that actually has a contained memory that remembers everything, and because of who she was and how she was created, she gets to remember that. I'm guessing Pandora is kind of that new person. She remembers everything before, but everyone else doesn't, and she's supposed to basically kind of keep everything in order.
So do you think is she going to be a watcher, a villain, or a hero? If you had to put in one of those 3,
that's the thing I don't know. More or less like the Watcher.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever become outside of the Watcher, where he did become a kind of a character in his own right. But she might become that.
But they the non-interfering.
But the thing that really bothers me with that is that she has already interfered once before with the Flashpoint thing. But that was to fix everything accordingly. So she might not as closely be as a watcher as she is an observer to make sure everything. But even she admitted
this is so screwed up. We can't totally fix it.
This.
The best we can do is get you to a point where things are going to be similar, but they're also going to be different.
I feel like this is only
she might be an observer who keeps
Jeff
things.
Jones' claims though, because he doesn't want to give up on what he has. This is giving him an excuse to do it. And I feel like DC's just supporting their own chaos right now with it.
It's kind of
Pandora.
Pandora. So that's and with the name with that plays well into it. It kind of supports their own chaos, which I'm waiting for that point, because at some point the stories are somehow going to get to an issue where something's going to happen spread across everything, and that's going to be the break that, this issue can't exist with this issue, and this issue can't exist with this issue, and that will something will have to happen to break all that up evenly.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, now that I'm thinking about it, I think they did release the cover art for Action and Superman #7s. Action shows current timeline Superman, super armor and everything, with what it looks like to be a new version of Brainiac. Superman #7. Someone put it best. It looks like he's having an allergic reaction to Katamari because he has like tentacles coming out of his mouth and one of his eyes is all screwed up. So I'm guessing it's the Starro people. And you have a guy who, best way I can describe him, looks like Ghost Rider. He has like the flame head and like a skull in there. So
Loki. I was thinking of another Marvel character. What's his name? Damaru.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about. But
what else is new in comic news?
well, we went into a story there.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we covered bases.
I don't know.
Chaos reigns until order can be restored.
I'm gonna have to go with Marvel now. I think DC's starting to lose me, to be honest.
Marvel's already lost me.
The DC stories are good. I do have to say that. I mean, like the new Batman, especially with like the Court of Owls, and they're good. It's just you gotta sift through.
How are you?
A lot of shit to get to it.
Well, like the new Superman, we finally have the origin story, Action Comics #5, and we get the origin story of Superman, Kal-El. I'm still confused on those names. Coming to Earth, and we get the new Crypto.
Yeah.
He's now like Woof.
Yep.
Instead of your happy little puppy dog.
But Bear is better.
Yeah, like I said, the one at our Action Comics #3 when you got to see Krypton, I'm like, it basically looks like they combined a wolf and a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
Nice.
No complaints.
So
I think this fits better.
But Bear is better.
Shut up.
with what you were saying.
Come on. You know you want that.
Wolf's already taken. Deal with it. Fine, I'm Bear.
Bear is actually better.
You were saying that we have that enraged Superman?
I wouldn't say enraged, but like
he's more of a moody. He's not the Boy Scout anymore.
He's definitely aggressive.
I think this Crypto fits well with that. And with your self-contained Action Comics and Superman together, I think Crypto's going to fit well in this series now like this.
I'm glad you're having fun. It doesn't matter. Everyone's screwing up right now that I'm mad at Marvel fucking canceled X-23. I'm still pissed at them for that.
Ooh, yeah. So move this into Marvel now. Let's see what they're doing with their fun.
What are they doing in their universe?
Avengers versus X-Men.
A long story about Marvel, because then I might as well just roll.
Their new 12-issue series, Avengers versus X-Men, is now having a 6-issue side story called AVX Versus, and it's not even original fights. It's taking the fights from the 12, having 6 issues, focusing more on them. And they're going to do the same writing style as this.
Oh my God.
The writers are going to change issue to issue, and the artists are going to change issue to issue.
Didn't we already
all over
Didn't we already complain about them having events pretty much every other month? They're doing it again. Oh God! I only hope.
Let me guess. Jeff Loeb is attached to this somehow.
I only hope that they're going to focus on one superhero and somehow their powers will become everybody else's.
From what I believe I read, it was going to be Iron Man versus Magneto.
Well, that already makes no sense.
So that
squash.
I was going to say, that fight's literally over in 3 panels.
And then it's going to be another one. But
moving on. Who's Wolverine going to fight? That's the only important part of this whole conversation.
Who honestly cares?
I only hope it's someone from space.
And is he on the Avengers side, or is he on
He'll fight
the
Super
X-Men?
Skrull.
God.
Well, this should be easy. Throw in air.
I want to know how the X-Men are going to react to this. Is it going to be Scott's X-Men? or is it going to be
Logan's X-Men?
Are they going to be together?
I only hope it's going to be something as stupid that they're going to like, well, we split them all up. Now we
we're
have
gonna
to
bring
have
them
some show
together
to
for
bring them
one-
all together
Yep.
for one massive brawl. It's going to be like,
Or maybe it'll be Avengers versus X-Men versus X-Men.
that would be interesting if it was a massive world war.
Yeah.
Just all the X-Men versus all the X-Men versus all of the Avengers. And I'm not just meaning the single Avengers, the Secret Avengers, the regular Avengers, the Dark
I'm
Avengers,
sure it will
all
be.
of them. It would be funny as hell. And then the next men come in.
The next men?
You never heard of that?
No.
Go read it.
I don't know that.
The next men come in and fix everything.
And Cable shows up, and right before everything, stop! You can't do this.
Well, I'm sure they'll all be freaked out like, wait, you're alive?
No, because he's already back.
Is he back?
Oh, yeah.
When did he come back?
A couple issues ago.
Fuck. His hope fucking cried for her daddy?
Because everyone was bitching. They're like, why did they bring old Cable back? This was their perfect chance to reboot him a little bit and bring young Cable back.
Oh, well, they can't get rid of the technovirus, because then it's no longer fun.
But, yeah, no, Cable's back.
Because then, but if we had Cable back, a young Cable, it would make all-powerful God Cable then. Because now you've got Daughter, who can already steal all powers, and then you've got Cable, half Jean Grey, half Phoenix, and half Professor X. So that's already a bad combination of power might.
It's even worse. It's not even the big two fucking everything up now. Now we've got smaller labels trying to do it with X body spray trying to make a comic now.
Hey, no, this is actually, this seems like to be a good idea. So, Axe Body Spray announces that they are doing a fan-made graphic novel where you can come up with the ideas on the fly, either on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. And if your idea is accepted, they will actually animate you into the storybook.
Okay.
So the best from what I've seen from the art design and stuff like that, this is basically Danger Girl meets Bar Karma.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
So our plan, Garrett, you will be our template for this. We're going to write as much as possible of Garrett in this show to fuck everything up. He will basically be the idiot and the savior at the same time.
Oh, dear God.
He realizes all of the stupidity and goes along with it. That's the plan.
What?
I'm gonna shut up now.
I was gonna harken back to an old comment he made about himself being John. That's why.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're Garfield minus Garfield
Okay.
in real life.
So I'm good. I've got everything out.
I'm just gonna go play solitaire. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm
Oh.
lonely in my own
I'm
video game
good
of
on news.
solitaire.
Okay, I got a couple
We got any
stories
more
left.
news?
Yep.
We've
Oh,
got
yeah.
more too.
That was an. I'm good.
I-
Okay.
DC releases a few more pages from Superman Earth 1 Volume 2.
Okay.
So
Also outside 52 continuity.
also outside 50 new continuity. You
It's
get
Earth 1, it's always
you
outside of
get, you
continuity.
get Superman saving a guy from an exploding building, and then he goes and fights what looks to be a new alien race that has come to Earth. So a continuation if you've read Earth 1.
Superman #1.
Earth 1.
Anybody?
Earth 1,
Wow.
yep. So,
But you could have read halfway if you were at Andrew's store
but
when I
if,
showed him that.
but if you would have,
High five.
yeah, I know. But I'm not going into it.
Nope.
Moving
Don't do
on.
it. We'll get sucked back into a terrible storm that I don't want to be in again.
Speaking of DC Universe Online is announcing with their next update, they are introducing research and development gameplay. So you're actually going to be able to take tools and craft your own weapons and armors and stuff like that. So
So you'll be able to be inside Star Labs.
basically, yep.
Cool.
Or all of the different labs.
Star Labs,
Star Labs,
LexCorp.
Wayne Tech, LexCorp. There's one more in there. I can't remember its name.
Yeah, God, why am I drawing a blank on this?
Let's just make it Cadmus. We'll just say it's
Cadmus
Cadmus.
would work.
We'll just say it's Cadmus.
Yeah.
I know there's one outside of Cadmus, but we'll just say Cadmus instead.
Let's see.
Say it one more time.
Let's
Cadmus.
see.
Cadmus.
Zenescope is announced that they are rebooting the Jungle Book, and Mowgli is now a girl
What?
who lived with a pack of wolves in the
I'm
jungle.
totally fine with this.
And
Because this is totally like eating into my Fables love.
Kind
Keep
of.
going. Keep going.
I'm trying to remember the rest of the storyline. And she gets introduced to man's world but she doesn't accept Man's World. Like, she kills someone from Man's World, so now Man's World is coming after her.
What setting are we in for Jungle Book? Are we in India again, or are we in...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So she's Indian.
And I'm trying to remember how they reintroduced Shao Kahn, but he is still like
Tiger.
He is still the king of the jungle. He's like the king of his pack of tigers.
Oh, okay. So he's got a pack of tigers.
Yes.
Originally, he was Solo Man.
Solo. Yeah. So yeah, all the characters that we know and love are
Bagheera,
still supposed to be good. Baloo.
Is it
Baloo, Bagheera, King Louis.
Yep.
Wait,
three.
King Louis, was he a
it's
baboon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 3 vultures, or is it 4?
I thought it was three vultures.
3 vultures.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you this? I don't remember the names. The snake, wasn't there a snake? Did
Yes,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
either.
because he always looked at you and he hypnotized you.
Yeah.
It's not.
God, I haven't seen
why
that
am I
movie
drawing
in
a blank?
so long.
He doesn't. Out of all, there's a lot of characters I would remember because I read a lot of fables, and they have an entire section where the Jungle Book characters all show up.
Yep. But knowing Zenescope, if you've read anything, like I've read Wonderland, which they're doing another Alice one. Now they're doing the true Alice in Wonderland story.
Okay, so it's not her daughter.
I'm currently reading Neverland, which is their take on Peter Pan, and Peter Pan is just a total dick.
Which
and
he was.
and eats the souls of children to
Which
stay
he
young.
did.
So now Captain Hook is the hero.
Which he was.
Yeah, I know.
Just a pirate trying to hide his booty, and this fucker always wants to steal it. It makes sense. He's a douche.
Yeah. And now you're going into... Basically, they take everything you know about the story, the Disney versions, and turns it upside down.
No, they're taking
The
Disney
versions and making them
correcting
right.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
So...
Ursula was not a bitch. King Poseidon was just a douche.
It happens. So I will probably...
Fixing stuff.
I will probably be picking this up.
I need to jump on the board. I need to jump on Zenescope really quickly.
Their stuff is actually pretty good.
I love that their stuff. There was a talk. If you didn't watch Major Spoilers last 2 weeks,
No.
they were talking about the changes with when you something about I think it was Boom Studios. Another comic did a comic from another studio because I believe they're out, and they were talking about like it screwed my perception of them because they changed the art style and it made. It's the same thing. Zenescope, I love this because it doesn't matter which one you read, either Neverland or the Alice in Wonderland, all of the styles stay the same.
Yeah.
So it's an easy switch from one to the next, and I always love that.
I know with Marvel doing the various Oz stories, they do that too. It's the same person. He's just going book by book now. He started with the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Marvelous Land of Oz, Return to Ozma, and I know the new one's coming out here in a few months. He's just going through. Yeah. It looks all the same writer. I don't know. It's decent if you're interested.
For those of us who was looking forward to it, the Erica Durant's Wonder Woman outfit, our episode of Harry's Law, will be happening this Wednesday, January 11th on NBC if you want to see it.
He is trying so hard to get that show made. He wants it so bad.
I don't know why nobody will pick it up, but whatever.
They can clearly see all the flaws we can see in it. I mean, the moment you said the mascara is a freaking... got beauty makeup. It's like, no, we don't need to do. It's like they're trying to tie beauty and women. It's just, no, don't do that. We see the flaws to it. I don't know why they just don't do a movie. Simple and easy.
Imaginext released their video portfolio to the rest of the company to show what the new toy lineup was going to look like. And we got a look at a new DC lineup, which is the return of the Super Friends.
With that voice.
Yep. It literally used the same voice.
Nice.
So Imaginext DC Super Friends will be coming to Cartoon Network as part of DC's Action Block this summer. And this is basically their version of Marvel's Superhero Squad.
Okay.
Could be.
So I watched the...
DC's on Cartoon Network. Marvel's got G4. I see where these two separations are happening.
I thought Super Squad was on Cartoon Network.
I think it is.
It is.
But...
Okay,
yeah.
So...
I'm just saying, all the new Marvel cartoons, the new Iron Man, Wolverine
Yeah,
one, the
the
new X-Men.
anime
They're
ones.
all on G4. So Marvel's G4, Cartoon Network's got everything DC.
Yep. So I watched the first episode. Looks really good. It's them literally building the Hall of Justice and figure out who's gonna have what room, and and this is helping out with this, and there's the one line where Batman's like, "Ooh, Wayne Tech put a lot of money into this. It looks like." As they go into their holodeck for their training, their danger room. So
Thank you for that.
Thank you for the analogy.
Yeah.
So that we can, I'm glad you have to somehow find something that's related to the other side so that he can understand what you're talking about.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page here.
If it's not a Marvel song, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
You're just going wah 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 to me right now.
I think that's how Garrett feels. He stares into space.
You pull out a BFG. What the hell is that? The Ultimate Annihilator. Oh, okay.
Let's see. Speaking of the Marvel,
He's just so dead-eyed.
speaking of the Marvel news,
What time is it now?
we're getting there, buddy. The guy who pirated the X-Men Origin Wolverine movie got a year in prison
Oh, yeah.
and is supposed to pay back an unknown amount of restitution to Marvel Studios for that.
Is he the one that uploaded the
Yep,
the pre-production,
The pre-production one.
Yep.
Good.
So much. It was so funny.
I heard it was really funny because there was like nothing put into it at that
Oh
point.
Yeah,
no! It was
there was no special effects or
all the
anything,
models were just the models, and they
Oh,
were the
goody.
they were the silver models. So when
Is
you
it-
saw
is
the
it still
ragdolls and
online?
everything,
No,
it's probably gone
yeah.
now. I watched. I don't have it still
Okay,
though.
you have it.
I do not.
Okay.
It was.
I tried to get it.
It
but
was funny as hell.
This is one of those where I wish they would just leave
Let
it
it
alone.
go and
You've
just
done
let
it.
people-
You've got the retribution. You've made a point out of them. This is why you don't upload things. This is why you don't upload things before they're released specifically.
Well, that was the big thing that Marvel was arguing, is that because he uploaded it and so many people saw it, that hurt our box office sales.
Yeah. You wait till it's out. How come people aren't learning this? But I want to see it just for the kicks and
It was
giggles.
fucking hilarious.
for those of us who like Marvel epic stories and their Marvel
Having fun. Garrett's just so into himself.
Marvel has decided that they are re-releasing Civil War,
Okay.
but this time in prose form or in novel form.
That could be.
Okay.
So kind of like what they did with Resident Evil, where they had the graphic novels first, and then they actually wrote the.
It kind of made me think of Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, but in reverse
In
order.
reverse.
Kind of,
where
yeah.
they went from novel to comic.
Yep.
But this
It's comic to novel. Yep.
Okay.
And then
It worked for them. I can't see why it can't work the other way.
last but certainly not least for comic news, the biggest story of the week. The United States government is debating whether the X-Men are actual human beings. We are taking valuable court time and
Important
valuable
court
legislation time to where Marvel is arguing because they're saying mutants are not human, therefore they should not have to pay the taxes that come with their action figures, because if you and tariffs, because if you have a humanoid looking action figure, you have to pay a different tax on that. So Marvel's looking for a tax break by arguing that mutants are not human, just to try and save a couple bucks.
So all the alien figures we bought, do those not have taxes on them?
No.
I want to know that. Does that not have a tax on it?
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Apparently. Apparently.
So if I go to your store and buy an alien and I have a tax, I get to fucking punch you in the nose, right?
Well, that's different. That's different.
No. You also have to pay like sales tax.
Sales
Okay.
tax is
But-
completely
but-
different than
Oh,
that.
okay, so this is them paying taxes to have them.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is like their shipping taxes and tariffs and stuff like that, because they're bringing it in obviously from China and Taiwan and where all the, and they're importing it into the U.S. Well, there's an import thing that if you're doing it for a humanoid looking, I mean, this is the same thing with like Barbie, same thing with action figures, but they're arguing that Marvel mutants are not human, therefore they should not have to pay this tax.
Because if we're using that logic, so therefore Superman's not human.
True.
He's humanoid,
he's
but
an
he's
alien.
not human.
Yeah,
he's an alien.
Well, by that logic,
Wonder Woman is not, or you wouldn't have to tax anything Wonder Woman because...
Nope, because her new continuity says she's human.
Well,
she's half god and half human.
But
she's
so
human.
much broken.
But still, she was originally made by clay.
She was made of clay originally. Yeah, well, no, because then if we're going to go that line, originally she was also still half god by being the daughter of Hades.
Yeah.
Still.
So,
I don't know whether to applaud them or
I don't either.
just be so ashamed of them right now. And better question, why are you bringing this to court? Why does Marvel not bring their team of nerds? You're nerds who have read all of Marvel and just gone in there and just been like, hey guys, you're wrong here, or hey, yeah, you guys actually have a case, and we can prove it issue by issue.
I'm amazed that they haven't just got the one nerd to prove issue by issue that this is true.
Or false.
That's all it takes. Yeah. One very overly dedicated person.
So, yeah, that's what Marvel's up to. On top of canceling books and...
That's one of those stories we should sweep under the rug.
Oh, yeah, we should have swept that so far under the rug. Oh,
that's comics.
That's all I can
Thoughts,
say.
Garrett?
They're pulling a Bobby Kotick. That's all I got.
I do have a comment.
After the break.
No.
And we will be right back.
Marvel versus government, that's hilarious.
I know.
I want to play that game. Capcom, get on it.
But the thing is, if
but that would
supercharging flashback
that
on
wouldn't work because all you'd have is Dick Cheney.
What do you think?
Dick Cheney would just shoot everybody in the face and
win.
Okay.
No, I'll get T-Hawk.
If Marvel is saying that X-Men is mutants and not human, so then where's DC? You said Superman's not human. Wonder Woman's not human.
DC's probably either taking it
laughing.
like a man or
just shaking their heads.
They're waiting to see who comes out the winner, and then they go, okay, we too could be on this.
Once again, I don't know whether to applaud them or look in shame, because if they win this, if they actually get it, then they are more men than DC, because they're like, that's right, we got this, and DC's gonna come crawling through and be like, well, they got it, we want it.
Since the Lazarus Pit essentially can kind of make him immortal?
Ooh, that's it. Would you still consider Clayface human?
No, because he'd be a mutant now.
At this point, would you just rewrite all your continuity over again so no one was human?
Batman is now a bat too, so therefore he's no longer human.
Batman is literally Batman.
Okay, but the thing is...
Oh, I've seen that comic.
Oh, I have too.
All the proof is in the comics, right?
So they have to read through the evidence of the comics.
Why can't they just like...
It's being held at
read.
Everyone knows it's being held at Kevin Smith's store.
I would just get the government saying, "Here's the comics. Read. We win. Give us our money
by
back."
By that standard, you'd either have to say that Marvel actually reads their own comics,
that's complete bullshit,
or that your lawyer has read the comics. This will put a smile on your face. You know, out there, somebody's getting paid to read comics right now to win this case. Yeah, somebody out there is doing what we wish we could be doing right now.
So, yeah, that's comic news for you. That's what happens when we're off for 3 weeks.
Let's end this shit so fast.
So, we have one thing left. If that wasn't enough, we still got one more to go. And that is our review of Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, we will be right back.